Alright, once again, this is my history and war section. That's by my westerns. I'm going to dive straight into it. This is 9th Company. Tells the tale of around 40 Soviet soldiers fighting against their foe in Afghanistan, trying to defend a hill. Very good film. 4092 Conquest of Paradise. I got this on Blu-ray as well. That's a good film. You know, it's not one of Ridley Scott's best, and you know, there's a good cast. Kind of paints the picture of Columbus to be kind of a very decent human being, which probably in reality he really wasn't. He's probably, you know, unscrupulous like most of the people that arrived in the New World. Still a good film though. Great score by Vangelis as well. 1612. This is a very, very good film. This takes place during a period kind of anarchy's kind of reigns in Russia. The Tsar's been assassinated by pro-Polish nobles. A Polish invasion takes place. Now, I do hear though, this film is extremely well, I mean, I've seen the film, but the film is very pro-Russian. I suppose you can see a lot of the names on the back. The main Polish lead in the film, very good. I'm familiar with him from a Polish series of films, Fire and Sword. They're very, very good films. I recommend them. The battle sequences are absolutely fantastic in this film, and the Polish Winged Hussars look awesome. You can see them there. Very good film. Recommend that. 2D special edition of 1900. Admiral, makers of Night Watch and Day Watch. Kind of follows the life of is it Admiral Kolchak? He's played by Konstantin Kabinski. He's the lead in Night Watch and Day Watch. This Admiral leads the forces of White Russia in the Civil War after Russia pulls out the First World War after their defeats by Germany. Very, very, very good film. Awesome naval battle sequences in this. Really, really good film. Really recommend that. Werner Herzog's A Gaudy Wrath of God. Got Werner Herzog's Klaus Kinski's box set up there. This film is just breathtaking. I really, really love this film. Klaus Kinski plays a madman like no other. The beginning sequence where the almost kind of caterpillar type movement of the conquistadors with native servants with a cannon trying to come down like a mountain, and the way the camera kind of pans out, it's just awesome. Real shows just such a descent into madness so well. I don't know why it's a PG though. I really am quite surprised at that. I'd expect it to be a 15 at least, but it's a fantastic film. Alamo. Alamo. I kind of took this down from the westerns because it's not a kind of western as such. I really enjoyed this film. I enjoy the original film as well. I wish the Wayne Estate would release the DVD like the two tape VHS version, because the DVD's cut by about an hour. Very, very good film. Shows the Battle of Sancho Quinto pretty well at the end as well. Shows the brutality of the battle, and it didn't last particularly long. The Mexicans really did get a bit of a pacing at that battle, and it shows the real brutality afterwards with the Texans really horrendously avenging the victims of the Alamo. A lot of deleted footage was cut out of this. Wes Studi's parts as an Indian chief. I think he was originally a Cherokee chief called the Bowl, and I think he helped the Texans a fair bit, and I think he was repaid later by being killed. I quite like to have seen those sequences. It's a good film. And this is a Spanish film, Alatriste. Viggo Mortensen's absolutely incredible in it. Now I hear he's Spanish is more, I think more colonial Spanish than actual Spanish. I'm really not sure. I could imagine. I have kind of like I've met a Spanish guy in my life, and I met a couple of Spanish people. I met a few South Americans from Bolivia, and the accent and with the voices, they really do sound a hell of a lot different when you see them both like talking. I did notice a difference, and I'm sure people notice a difference in this. This kind of is a story about a mercenary soldier during the 30 Years' War. Really, really stylish film. Brutal scene at the beginning in I think it's Flanders at the beginning. Really, really, really great scene. Really, really great film. Don't hear many people talking about this. Really, really recommend it. Original Alexander the Great. That's not bad. Not great by any means. Alexander Director's Cut. Alexander Revisited. I've got the Alexander on Blu-ray as well. This version. At times, it's not great. With a lot of the Irish accents, I don't really kind of get that. But there's times in this film that really shows flashes of genius. The soundtrack by Vangelis, particularly the drums of Gargamella, is some of the most awesome soundtrack. It really is fantastic. The battle sequences you really can't knock. I would have to say the Battle of Gargamella, out of a lot of the films I've seen a lot of films on war, it's probably one of the most accurate, and it's got its mistakes, no doubt about it. It's probably one of the most accurate battles, accuracy-wise, historically, that I've ever seen. It's a fantastic film. I really enjoy it, and Colin Farrell, at times really does show, some flashes, brilliant. My favourite character in this was Gary Stretch. He's awesome in it. Really, really good. I can't at this moment think of the character he played. It'll come to me though, probably. It's a very, very good film. I'm after this in two parts of this film actually. But for this shelf, this is a Finnish film, Ambush. It's on the Finnish-Russian border. I've got a fair few kind of Finnish films on the subject of the Russian wars. Amistad, very bleak film, great film though. This is Andersonville. Andersonville prison camp was a Confederate prison camp for Union soldiers. Really kept them in brutal conditions. I really, really like this film. Really, really good film. Really, really recommend it. I like a lot of the Turner films on the Civil War. I've got a fair few of them. Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. People don't like Mel. He's kind of like a Kevin Costner. They don't really like him. But I'd find it hard for anyone to dislike this film, because it's absolutely incredible. It's a brilliant, brilliant film. It's a Scandinavian film. This is Arn, Knight Templar. I know that there's the films released. There's two different films in Scandinavia. This is one, and this is the two films combined. It goes on longer than both of the 98 minutes there. I know that for a fact. It goes on for more like 2 hours. Some decent, some good sequences in this. It's okay. It's worth watching. Assembly. It's a great film. I've got some Blu-ray as well. Some great set pieces in this. The team that, which is at the top there, the team that brought you Brotherhood, and I like this film. Brotherhood, in my opinion, is a lot better. It's a good film. Battle of the Brave, set around Quebec with the English and French battling out for Canada. The English obviously would eventually win. Kind of highlights of this, you can see Jason Isaacs and Tim Roth, William Pitt and General Wolfe. They're hardly in it. and there's hardly any battle sequences. It's really not that worth it. It's pretty awful. Israeli film called Beaufort. Benedict Arnold. This is a very good film. Kelsey Grammer from Frasier fame. He plays General George Washington. He's incredible in it. Aidan Quinn as the would-be betrayer Benedict Arnold. Really good film. Really shows the loyalty of Benedict Arnold before he finally betrayed the American cause. Very good. Belf and the Grendel, one of the biggest piles of fucking shit I've had to endure. This would go in my one of probably top 20 worst films I've ever seen. The Grendel in this just looks like an even more disabled version of the young alien from Alien Resurrection, if that's possible. I hated this film. Oh, Birth of a Nation. Where'd you start on this? First part of the film, many people believe, and I'm kind of one of them. This is it's quite incredible. The Civil War battle sequences are fantastic, and then E.W. Griffith goes on a sort of a spiral of white supremacism. Really, this film, very interesting to note. By the time of this film, the Ku Klux Klan in America was basically all but dead. The first phase of it. When this film came about, it revitalised the Ku Klux Klan like you wouldn't believe. At its height, KKK had around 5 million members, and I think people seem to think, oh, the Deep South, it was all down there. Not at all. Spread around the Midwest, the border states. Lynching at this point was, at its highest. Between 1880 and the 1960s, over 5,000 people were lynched. I think around 78% being black. I know a fair bit about the subject, and it's a brutal subject. This film, I suppose, it needs to be seen, but for kind of the wrong reasons. When if you saw the first half of the film, you wouldn't think it, and the Civil War sequences, but the latter half really spirals. It's worth a watch for all the wrong reasons, if you know what I mean. Black Hawk Down 3-disc special edition. This is the extended cut. Black Hawk Down. I got this from Australia. Great film. Really great film. Black Hawk Down. Black Robe. The lead guy on here, I haven't really seen him much. I've only seen him in an episode of Oz, which I'm a big fan. He really shows the frontier as beautiful and brutal. Some of the torture this man goes through is absolutely horrific. I really recommend this film. Fantastic. Braveheart, classic. I got it on Blu-ray as well. Look, the amount of historical inaccuracies you can pick out in this is, if you know your... Well, you don't have to really know your stuff. If you just kind of know your history pretty well, But you know what? I'm willing to look past it because it makes me laugh so much. And the first battle sequence I will never tire of. The Battle of Stirling. Even though the Battle of Stirling had a bridge in real life, and I still find it. I'm willing to look past it. Break 'em Around, one of my favourite Australian films. Edward Woodward is incredible, just incredible. We've got Jack Thompson in as well. Australian soldiers accused of murder, basically murdering Boer commandos out of hand, including a German missionary. Really great film. Can't recommend this enough. Brotherhood, just incredible film, Korean film. Really, I'd say if the ending doesn't reduce you, real manly film as well. Doesn't reduce you to tears at the end. I'll tell you, it absolutely broke me at the end. I might not be able to get through all this shelf. I might do another video on it. I might end on this film. It seems kind of right. This film is called The Bruce, and I think I'll probably have to ask Scottish Film Fan, because apparently there's an actor in this called Sandy Welch, and apparently he's the biggest thing to come out of Scotland since, Sean Connery's dick, basically. And this film tries to make out it's some sort of new kind of Braveheart, and it's one of the worst films I've ever seen. It's got Wolf from Gladiator in, and only people from Britain really know who he is. I'm going to end the video there, but don't buy this, it's a pile of shit. Cheers for watching, cheers for subscribing, and I will have another shelf up shortly. Cheers.